I'm Scott Kleeb and I approve this message.
The final debate between Scott Kleeb and Adrian Smith was scheduled for October 23rd in Grand Island. 2 weeks before the debate, Smith canceled. Scott Kleeb then set up a town hall meeting on the same date in Grand Island to listen to and talk with 3rd District voters. Kleeb invited Smith. Smith declined the invitation. The following are excerpts from that town hall meeting.
Brought my own water, so I'll leave some for him. Wow, this is impressive. This is really impressive. You know what's more impressive about this than anything is that there are, I was told, over 300 people in the audience tonight who decided to participate in democracy. What our district needs more than anything else is to see who this person is. What kind of person am I sending to Washington? What kind of person am I going to invest the most precious thing that we have here in our democracy? And that is our vote. That is, who is it that I'm going to give my vote to? So this is a perfect opportunity to do that. Unfortunately, my opponent didn't think so.
You said you've been listening to us in the 3rd District. Describe the 3rd District to us. Convince us that you are one of
us. Which part? East, north, south, west? The 3rd District is a place that starts out west. And it starts in the west, literally. With the mountains, with the terrain. I mean, it looks like a Harold, it looks like a Ford movie, right? And it starts out there, and it starts with the type of crop. It starts with wheat and sugar beets and increasingly brown seed and canola. And it starts with great opportunities. And it starts almost as a bedroom community for the Front Range, new and exciting things. And then as you move farther east, the rest of this district, it begins to change a little bit. You got the Sandhills, which are increasingly cattle country, which are the single most important producer of cattle in our entire country. You move south of the interstate and you get into beans and corn. You get into some traditional row crop agriculture. You continue to move a little bit farther and you get towns like Kearney, Hastings, Grand Island, which have some of the most exciting and innovative entrepreneurs working in these areas. You've got companies in McCook, like 21st Century Systems, that are actually building systems that are our United States Air Force is using for worldwide operations. They are doing, it's an Inc. 500 company, one of the 500 best companies in the entire world, and it's operating in McCook, Nebraska. So you want to talk to me about new potential, new opportunities, new innovation that's happening in our towns all across our district? I'll take you to Aurora. And I'll take you to Aurora and I'll have you meet Gary Warren, who's running Hamilton Communications just down the road from Aurora. And he's competing with Level 3, he's competing with Quest, he's competing with all the big boys. Because of that spirit, because of that entrepreneurship, because of that work ethic that we have. You move a little bit farther east and you get into increasingly hog production. We have more hogs on the eastern part of the district than we do on the west, but we've also got Bailey Manufacturing, which is one of the best manufacturing companies in our country, let alone our district. You come right here and you've got a world-class facility right here in Grand Island, Nebraska, in Case New Holland, which I toured just the other day. International company, does trade with not only Argentina and Brazil, but also increasingly the former Soviet Union, and it's doing it right here. Why is it doing here? Why do they want to do it? I asked the guys the other day, I said, why don't you move? Everybody's talking about moving jobs overseas, especially manufacturing jobs. And they said, because you don't find work like we got right here. You don't find a work ethic. And out of all that change, out of all that difference, the single most important thing that we all share, whether you're from Dunning, Nebraska, or whether you are from Grand Island, Nebraska, or Columbus, or Valentine, or Scotts Bluff, or anywhere else. How many folks like football? Now, how many folks like Friday night football? Now, how many of the people that were clapping because they like Friday night football have a kid in the game? A lot less. You tell me what our greatest strength is, whether it's anywhere around that district. Our greatest strength is that simple fact that we care. We go to our Friday night football games regardless of where we are, regardless of who we're playing, regardless if we have a kid in the game or not. Our sense of community, our sense of hope, our sense of believing in ourselves and what we can, we call ourselves the Homestead State. Despite what anybody else calls us, we call ourselves the Homestead State. There is great strength, there is great hope, there is great opportunity, and there is the strongest work ethic and the strongest commitment to who we are that I have seen anywhere in my travels all around the country. And I have traveled all around the country, 65,000 miles in a white Chevy Silverado 1500. 65,000 miles. And I meet a lot of that hope and a lot of that opportunity all around, but nobody calls themselves the Homestead State. Nobody has on the walls of their homes pictures of their ancestors who came over from the old country to build a better life for themselves. So you tell me who we are? You ask me who we are. That's who we are. We have defined ourselves on the horizon. We've defined ourselves on that hope and that opportunity, whatever struggles come. And we've done it by going to Friday night football games. We've done it by caring about that kid's kid too, not just mine. That's community. That's strength. That's hope. That's who we are.